Are you a victim of domestic violence? Since 2013, From Ordinary to Extraordinary has helped over 3,000 women, and we want to continue to rebuild the community with one family at a time. Please make a donation or sign up for volunteer opportunities today at IamFote.org. No matter how you choose to get involved, know that every bit counts. From Ordinary to Extraordinary is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to empower women and girls that have experienced domestic violence.
Big Bink Show, Big Bink's Rake Room, right here on Media Room 360. What it do, your man Big Bink. And I just had a thought. Like 2022 is damn near over. It is damn near over. Where did the year go? Where did the time go? I can just remember last year we were setting up to do this show. And now we like 2 years in. We done been through COVID. And by the way, people think COVID is over. COVID is not over. Like, people are still getting sick. People are still showing symptoms. So, and I'm a hypocrite because I don't ever have my mask on, but I've been, fully vaccinated or whatever. But just be careful out here because it's the holiday season. And matter of fact, I'm getting off subject, but I was in the store and this lady was in there coughing. But she was coughing like she was at the crib by herself. I'm talking about in the aisle and just ha, ha. And I looked, I was kind of down, about 20, 30 feet. I'm like, I'm thinking you ain't gonna cover your mouth? Like, oh my God, that's ridiculous. But yeah, but COVID is still real. So make sure, you doing something to boost your immune system. Go get that vitamin C in that pack. I just got one of them from Sprouts. Shout out Sprouts. Got that, trying to take that every day to help keep my immune system boosted. On the show today, you know what, man, we've been talking about what everybody's been talking about, the whole Deion Sanders story, from him going to Jackson State and elevating that program and bringing national attention to not only Jackson State, to HBCUs across the country. And now he's going to bigger and better things. A lot of people weren't feeling that though, especially the people in Jackson. I feel that, life goes in chapters and stages. First you get somewhere, you do what you got to do, you move on to the next. I was here in Dallas. I got an opportunity to go to Ohio. I left Dallas and went to Ohio. Wasn't popular with my family. Wasn't popular with some of the people who listen to me on the radio here, but I went. I went from Columbus. I went to Indianapolis. That wasn't a popular move, especially for my kids. They couldn't stand it. But I also left Indianapolis and, went somewhere else, came back to Texas. And, that's how life is. Change is good, my opinion. I got to bring up Shawnee in action in the building. What's up, y'all? I know I was all over the place when I started talking, but I remember that lady in Aldi was coughing, didn't cover her mouth, man. Now I'm just straight all over the place. But yeah, man. So Deion Sanders, big story across the country. What are y'all thoughts?
You want me to go first?
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead, Sean.
Real quick shout out to Incarcerated Dreams. Haven't seen him in a while. Thank you for checking out the stream. Make sure you check us out in the morning too. But I think that for me it was a little when I heard that he was going to Colorado, Deion Sanders, that is, originally I thought that it was just a bad joke. I was like, oh, they lying on him, because Deion just got through going on and on about how he was so excited to be here at this HBCU and these great things that he wanted to do and bring to the campus. And he brought the top recruit, and, he showed them that an HBCU can achieve X, Y, and Z. And so when I realized that, oh no, this is real, he's leaving, I was a little disappointed, because I feel like we, as Black people, we're always saying that we want this change and we want to grow and want to do this. But when we have the opportunity to actually make a change and money presented, then we run and go chase the money. And that was my original feeling on it, because it's like every time we started making progress somewhere, and we were making progress with this HBCU, it was making other athletes think about going to go coach at an HBCU and build the program. I was like, okay, so Deion's going to leave us high and dry. Then I found out that he's taking some of the kids with him. Of course, he's taking his sons with him. That only makes sense. No one should be alarmed about that. But to, hear, okay, well, I'm taking these people on the coaching staff with me, and their salary is going to change from this to this. I'm like, oh, okay, well, he is elevating. So at this point, since he's moving on to Colorado, he's taking a group of people with him. Instead of us just being like, oh, Deion is the worst, you shouldn't do that, you're leaving Black people behind. Well, what are you going to do for HBCUs? Because he opened it up. So now we got to do something. So my thing was, all right, well, you know what? We used to have the HBCU alumni chapter on to help them raise money. So as far as media room goes, that's what I'm going to do to contribute to HBCU. Since Deion has, he has set a pattern. He's done something there. He's moving on to his thing, to what he wants to do, and he's taking his sons and his number one pick with him. So instead of us just sitting here saying, "Oh, this is wrong," how could you do this? And we just have to be active and fill in that gap, because I think Deion did, he did what he was supposed to do there. And then to find out his pay, okay, after $300,000 he was making, he was giving back $150,000 to the school to make improvements. So at that point, I can't be mad at Deion, And then I found out today, since he in the contract, he got to pay him back $300,000. But Deion knows $300,000 ain't nothing to Deion.
Is that true? I didn't know that. He got to pay it back.
Yeah, because he's canceling the contract. But I mean, he's not worried about that. Deion,
right. That's easy money.
Colorado probably paid that.
Yeah, really, right?
Because he needed money. That's not. He didn't go to the schools. But Incarcerated Dream says it's always interesting to me how quick Black people are to criticize Deion are the same people who don't donate money to HBCUs. If more of our people supported Black universities, less of a need for celebrity coaches to highlight the issues HBCUs face, it's like we always feel we have a need to savor to blame instead of collectively doing our part despite the ones in the spotlight. I agree with Shawnee there. And then Dr. Wallace Hall. Hey, Dr. Wallace.
Hey, Doc.
And the SWAC in a better position than we got there. And that's true. So I had to, go back on my pick, because originally I was like, oh, so this is what you're doing? But I have to applaud Deion, because Deion is he was a multi-millionaire superstar athlete, always in the spotlight since the time he was 18. And I applaud him even more. I ain't got nothing against interracial relationships. But he done married, been a Black woman. Every woman he been with, he has Black children. So big ups to Deion.
Yeah, right. And I mean, I totally agree with Shawnee on 99.99% of what she's saying, and even to piggyback on that even more so, it's always funny to me how he's doing what he's doing, but people aren't even giving him praise for what he did and before out there to where it is now. You should be praising this man, not vilifying him and saying like, man, you messed up. Dude, he took that whole program to another level. If you look at the locker room, from where the locker room even looked from when he first got there to the way the locker room looks now, the locker room looks like a pro football locker room right now. So his touch is all over that campus, it's all over that football team. And again, they should be applauding him for what he did. And I'm not mad at him for making the move either. It's like, what did you expect him to stay there forever? I mean, even if you did, that's just not, that's not realistic, and that's not life. It really isn't, because we all know, and we all have jobs. We all are employed, and even probably people listening now have jobs and are employed. And you're trying to tell me, no matter what you're doing, what your career path is. Ours is radio and communications, and using ourselves as an example. LA or New York is the #1 market in our domain. You trying to tell me if somebody called us from LA or New York and said, "Hey,"
it cut off.
He's frozen.
Say that again, because none of us right when you proposed the question. Say it again.
Okay, so I'm just saying, like, if we got an offer, if anybody got an offer, if you got an offer, if you're a lawyer out there, if you're a doctor, if you're a politician, if you're a plumber, whatever you are, if you got an offer from another company to move someplace to do the same job you're doing, not only that, but have a better opportunity and more money, who would not take that opportunity? Anybody in their right mind would be, in my opinion, just foolish not to take that opportunity, because again, it's going to help you in the long run. Everything you do is going to help you and going to help those around you. So again, I totally agree with everyone that says they agree with Deion's decision about making this move. If you disagree with Deion, then when you have that opportunity, you can make that personal choice yourself.
and the thing is, if I was a ex NFL player or ex NFL coach, I'm sitting back looking at the blueprint already been laid down. I'm like, man, maybe I can slide in there and coach. That should have sparked, I would think, other guys, retired guys that was in the NFLs that happen to be African American, that are still prominent figures in their community, to go in there and continue the legacy. That could be a thing. Like, HBCUs cracking. You know what I'm saying? And
of course,
just be a long line of people. Deion started it. He'll go down in history from that. You'll talk about HBC coaches like Eddie Robinson and the guy who was actually at Jackson State before Deion. I forgot he was there a long time. And Deion, just took it to another level, and it could be another long line of people who could do that. The part that I hate the most, well, two things, like Dr. Wallace just said. National TV exposure every Saturday. You can't wish that's actually happening now. Like that alone, if he lost every game at Jackson State, national TV coverage is a gold mine, because it opens up the door for sponsorship and the university to make money, and that exposure alone.
Oh yeah, and see, another thing, I don't mean to interrupt you, but another thing that might be mad, because they're able to pay athletes now, college athletes. Right. So again, they might be mad he's taking some of that revenue with him, but again, he put your university on the map. So again, you have an opportunity still to continue on with those dollars, regardless of whether Deion is there or not.
Whether he's there,
they just got to put the right people in place.
Yeah, just got to put the right people in place.
Somebody that has the right plan, that can recruit, like Deion, because all the players can't go to Colorado. Everybody can't go there.
Right?
Yeah.
So
and all HBCUs has benefited from this one school and this one move that Deion made. And the thing that I hate to say this, but I'm gonna say it, like niggas, that nigga mentality. I'm sorry. It's just a nigga mentality, like a dude move up and we're trying to bring him down.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Oh yeah. I saw something. It was a barbershop or something. Deion Sanders was on some window, and some dude was out there like erasing his picture.
Yeah, you to see none of this when Harbaugh went from college to the NFL and back and forth. It's been a few coaches that have gone from college to the NFL and made moves and left schools and left universities and gone to other places. You don't see all this drama. It's just us, man. We always try to
we are worse enemies sometimes.
The problem was Deion made this plea about how he wanted to, how he was committed to HBCUs and seeing this happen. So sometimes we have to be careful with our words. And I get it. You got an opportunity This is the way you have to move. You say, hey, God put me here, and this is God elevating me. Okay, good. But these were your words. Some of your critics are coming based, because for me, it was based off what he said, because I believed him. I'm like, oh, okay, he's committed to it. Now, at the same time, you have to step back and look at it and say, well, he did commit to it. He was 100% in.
Yeah, he was.
We just
exactly
didn't expect that he was going to leave. It was doing well, but I get it. Deion actually
That's true, Doc. That's facts right there. See, and Doc knows too, though. Right there, where that comment where he was. ESPN Game Day had never been on HBCU campus before. And he got him on there. Again, he put a spotlight where there wasn't a spotlight. He started to spark, and we can't expect him to carry the whole flame. I mean, it's just that's ludicrous. You know what I mean? It's like Dr. Martin Luther King couldn't carry the whole flame. He needed people around him. Jesus didn't carry the whole flame. He needed people around him. And again, he started to spark. And now it's up to the rest of the African-American community, like Bink said. Now other coaches, now other ex-NFL players can say, like, hey, I could do this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, here's Deion on leaving JSU.
Made a tremendous impact to the HBCUs. I guess, how difficult was the decision to leave what you started there?
Tremendous. Because it wasn't about the X's and O's or the wins and losses. It was about those kids. It was about looking at the faces of those kids, knowing that I'm being ready. God is getting ready to elevate me. I'm sorry. God is getting ready to elevate me. Usually a coach is terminated or elevated. Thank God I'm elevated. But still, the journey is not complete. Some of the things that we accomplished there about bringing understanding and notoriety to certain falsities or non-committal things that are done in Power Fives, maybe God is using me to be the catalyst, to make you think and to make you just fathom another way, to make us feel unthreatened when someone of the other ethnicity is approaching, to just make us feel good about today. Maybe God is really using me to open doors at this level. The thing that alarms me the most is just because I'm leaving Jackson, they think that I'm leaving African Americans. I don't know if you noticed or not, but I'm black. I can never leave who I am and what I am and how I am and how I go about being that. So it is still my task to look in that locker room and see 65 to 70% of African American men trying to help them get to the next level, as well as all the others. My calling is for young men, young women, and people of all walks of life, all social climates, and all ethnicities. That's my calling. My calling is not built on a location. It's built on a destination. Now, that was good. You're supposed to clap for that. Darn it, that was good. You getting some of my good stuff. We just getting started. I already went in the bag, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, you got to clap for that one.
That's just real talk, man. I saw some more videos of him talking to the actual team when he touched down and met him and everything, and he just kept it real in there. You know, he was just like, yeah, there go y'all quarterback right there. That's my son. That's a quarterback. And I got some more people coming too. You know what I'm saying? And he was just letting them know, like, you know, I got a coaching staff, I got this, I got that. Not a guarantee all y'all gonna be here. Whoever wanted the most will be here. You know what I'm saying? I'm a proven winner. I did this, I did that. I'm trying to elevate this program for the last 2 decades. It's been in the pits. And, you know, that's what he's there to do. And again, you know, Shawnee, you talked about commitment. And, you know, I hear that word a lot, you know, with this particular case, you know, all the stuff, and we talked about this, all the stuff that he did showed commitment to me. But again, sometimes as a matter of fact, at the game, the Jackson people, y'all see the video? The Jackson people, they were singing "Leave." It's an old blues song talking about leave, and they were singing a blues song.
You wanna go, baby?
I say, man, the total disrespect.
One month ago, until this.
And did you see at one of the games they stole? They broke in his office or broke in the locker room and stole all his credit cards and all that.
Well, yeah, that was his first year there. That was his first year there.
Like, oh, the first year. Okay, so like niggas.
Yeah, but they're replaying it back. Yeah,
Niggas. That nigga shit.
black people, black people, black people,
Niggas.
black people. No,
There's
black,
a difference. There's
black
a difference.
Yeah, we gotta find another word because we have all kinds of people looking now. So we got.
That's right. I'm sorry. Y'all ain't never saw this side of me. I apologize.
Yeah.
I'm an
Yeah.
I'm an HBCU graduate, so I'm sorry. I really apologize. I thought we was in the break room. I'm talking about like really just us. I forgot we was talking to.
Yeah. Because see, if you had just met Bink and some of you out there in the listening audience probably tuned in for the first time, but see, like if it was just us three, that's Bink.
There are new potential sponsors that view us every day. So
yeah, I really messed that up. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. On that note, thank y'all for tuning in to the break room. And I'm gonna go get my life together.
Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. Hey, no, yo, check this out though, because I gotta tell y'all about the hot news in politics. Gotta let you know, and gotta say congratulations to all my people in Georgia that showed up, showed out, did they thing in GA. So big up and big claps to all the people in Georgia. Thank you so much. Came out and did the right thing and voted for Raphael Warnock and made him the 51st vote in the Senate. That's right. We have the majority right now. That means we get everything.
I mean, explain to people like me, like we got control of the Senate, but what does that mean?
That means, well, see, now before it was a 50-50 split, and the vice president, Kamala Harris, had to break the tie because 2 years ago, or this past session. So she had to break the tie. So what happened in that situation is I think they said 99 times had to break a tie in the Senate. And that's the most it's been since like the 1800s. So now with Raphael Warnock being elected again to the Senate, we have the clear majority. That means just like the House or with the others, we can control of committees. We have control of subpoena power. We can control everything. So before we can control everything, and then Joe Manchin, the senator from Virginia, and Kristen Sinema, the senator from Arizona, they were holding really the Democratic Party hostage because the vote was so narrow, and their states are kind of like 50-50 states. So sometimes they would have to vote against the Democratic Party because they wanted to keep their seats in their political goodness, because they wanted to stay in the good graces of their constituents, because their constituency is such a mixed bag. But now we don't have to play those games. So like anything the Democrats want in the Senate, which is really where the power is at, because the Senate has control to nominate judges and stuff like that and confirm judges.
So the president could choose a judge, and you say the Senate can reject it? Is that what you're saying?
No. See, what happens with the judicial system and these federal judges, which is very important, is the president nominates a judge, and then the Senate confirms it. So what happens in that situation is the Senate has to confirm or vote for a judge that the president nominates. So now that we have the majority, no matter who he nominates, we can just breeze them on through, because again, they can't outvote us with their vote. So whoever Biden nominates now for a life tenure, right now they can't stop that. So before they could stop it or slow it up, now they can't.
Gotcha, because Trump, in his 4 years, he put like 158 judges in place. Appellate court, judicial court.
Yeah,
like he set it up.
Well, yeah, and those are lifetime appointments. People have to remember that. So those are lifetime appointments. And what makes that important is you got to remember, if you think politically, if we are a nation of laws governed by law, then putting federal judges in key positions is very important, because then they, regardless of what you say, there's still going to be somewhat of a bias on a judicial opinion, because they're going to their own personal opinion. That's how this conservative court made the Dobbs decision and overturned Roe v. Wade, because it was a conservative court and they believed in that position. So they overturned that with the Dobbs decision. So again, when you have for judge positions that have a conservative leaning view, then a lot of these conservative things like corporations, companies, and stuff like that, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt. So you want to kind of like balance that out, really.
Let's talk about the student loan situation. You see they closed it again. The president said, no loan payments until like June of 2023, something like that.
Yeah.
But I don't. He's been going back and forth with somebody because they've been trying to change that law. What it is again, that's one of these situations with the federal judges, because it's a conservative federal judge who is trying to hold that down and say it is against the law or against the Constitution for the president to do what he's doing. But again, it's going back and forth. Thank you so much, Doctor. I appreciate that. The federal judge and the president are going back and forth on that situation. So again, can the Senate be like, no, we good? It's
no. The Senate has nothing to do with that. I mean, it's like what the Senate and the House could do was make that a law, and then the president sign it. But they're not going to go that far. But the $20,000, I encourage everybody, and even myself. I still have student loan money because I just went back to college and got my degree in criminal justice. So I still got student loan money. And so that $20,000 helps out. And anybody can sign up for it. It is free cash, and you can get that from the government right now. And I think that is going on until the beginning of the year. So it's reinstated now.
Oh, they reinstated it? Because I signed up like a couple of months ago. I didn't get my notice that said it was going to take the 20 off my joint.
Yeah, it's back on again now. But it's back on again now. They're
thank you.
They changed their judge. You got to go to the government website, and then just follow the prompts on the government website, and then you can apply for your. I'm sorry, you broke up.
Which government website?
I think it's the regular one, .gov or government or whatever the regular government website
student.gov. What is it?
USA or .government or government USA.gov or something like that. I don't know. Whatever the official government website is, you go to there and then just follow the prompts or inquire about debt relief, student loan debt relief.
Student loan debt relief. Okay, is this it? Let's see. I'm gonna put this up here so you can let everybody know. Click the wrong button.
Yeah, but I encourage everybody to take advantage of that. And see, here's the big thing. Here's my thing on there. Yeah, get benefits of financial assistance. Yeah. Here's the thing about that on the right are complaining about, like, how can you give away free cash and people give away free money? We do this all the time, people, and I don't understand what the big deal is. Helping out people on $20,000. That's not a lot of money when you think about the tax breaks that we give the wealthiest people in this country. No, not financial aid for student loan. That's not it. Let's see, because you don't need financial aid.
Studentaid.gov. Studentaid.gov.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see.
Yeah, because you don't need financial aid. You're not looking for that.
Yeah, studentaid.gov. That's what it is.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Bink. Yeah, so I encourage you, like, if you have an opportunity, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Student loan debt relief is blocked. An order blocking our student loan debt relief program. As a result, at the same time, we are not accepting applications. We are seeking to overturn those orders. If you've already applied, we'll hold your application. Subscribe and check back here for updates. We will post information as soon as further updates are just announced. Okay. The student loan payment pause is
See, I told you they just extended it again. They just extended, yeah.
Until the U.S. Department of Education is permitted to implement the debt relief loan program or litigation to resolve. Payments will start 60 days later. If the debt relief program has not been implemented and the litigation has not been resolved by June 2023, payments will resume 60 days after that. We will notify borrowers before payments restart. Okay, so
yeah. So I told you it was back on again. They beat that federal judge that said the order was unlawful, and then they just announced again that it's back on again. So again, that's $20,000 coming your way if you have student loan debt. I encourage you, go to that website, apply for that. They will get you your cash. That's $20,000 off your student loan debt. And I know it's not a lot of money for everybody, especially like if you have a lot of debt. But you talking about like if you have like $100,000 in student loan debt or $80,000, $20,000 may not seem like a lot, but $20,000 off of that debt, man.
$1,000 is enough.
Yeah.
I think that 20,000 will take me down to about 60,000. I'll take it.
No, I paid for a lot of mine myself. My last degree I paid for a lot of it myself, and I think I only took out like maybe it was like 20 grand in loans. So it's like that would wipe mine clean.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a good deal. So
I was excited about just the voter turnout. No matter who they voted for. Like
yes,
Herschel Walker was a pawn. They just put him up there.
Yeah.
Trump suggested he run, and he suggested a couple of other people run, and they lost too. But just the fact that people got out and was like, hey, no, we're going to vote you out, bro. I mean, whoever it would have been. But, Warnock seemed like the better candidate. And, Atlanta is over 50% African-American. So, every little vote should have made the difference. But if you look at the margin of victory, it's like 3% greater from Raphael than Herschel, but that's a really tight race. Like that's
it was going back and forth. I was actually watching the returns coming in, and it kept going back and forth. Like at one point, Herschel was winning, and then it flipped back, and Raphael was winning. Then Herschel would come back and win and get up top, and then Raphael would take him back. But this is before they got really into like the urban centers in the heart of Atlanta before they got to the real big votes. And so when they hadn't counted Atlanta vote yet, I knew Raphael had it at that point because, again, that's such a major urban center that I knew that he would win the majority of that vote without any question. And then again, you have to recognize he is such an amazing politician. He won like almost 5 or 6 times in the state of Georgia because he had to go through a special election, a regular election, another special election, and a couple of runoffs. And he's won like 6 times in the state of Georgia. And not only that, is like one of the first Black senators to represent that state.
Yeah. Well, not one of the first, the first.
The first.
So yeah, no, that was a good look. I mean, gives us optimism for as we go into what Biden got 2 years left, right?
Yeah, he's got 2 years left, and I think he could do a lot. And just my political thing with Joe Biden, I think he's done an amazing job as the president. I think he's doing his thing. He's doing what he's supposed to be doing. But I would like to see him make the same move that Nancy Pelosi made and the rest of the leadership in the Democratic Party in the House. I would like to see him recognize that his season has passed. And I think if he would get behind Kamala Harris right now and say, like, I did my thing on my first term and I'm ready to pass this torch on to the next generation of leadership in the Democratic Party, and I feel my vice president is the person to be doing that, and elevate her to the ticket in 2024. I I think we can have such a powerful statement because we have Hakeem Jeffries as the first person to lead the Democratic Party in the House, who could be the Speaker of the House, the first African-American Speaker of the House. Then we got the first African-American woman president if we have all these ducks in a row. And then you have, come on, man, the stars are there. We could be right there. And again, all we got to do is get out and vote, make our voice heard, and let's not dream about it. Let's make it possible. It's up to Biden, though. Biden has to make that decision. He has to make that crucial decision, and I just hope he does. I think Nancy Pelosi, I think she did a courageous thing by giving up her leadership position because she didn't have to do that, but she gave it to the right person with Hakeem Jeffries, and so, applaud that.
Yeah, no, definitely. Shout out Nancy Pelosi. So, I was just thinking, at the end of the day, if we can do that in one state, hopefully the people got excited and motivated, when it come time to vote again. Not just for that's funny. Shiny like, oh Lord.
I'm sorry, I've been up this for.
Don't worry, hey, don't worry. My kids get that same way when I talk about politics.
Hey, well, look. Oh, shout out Serge and shout out Tamara. Shout them out. What's up, y'all? Spread the word about Media Room 360. This is the channel. We got a lot of stuff happening on the channel, but we just need you to make sure you like the page. How many likes we up to now, Shiny? About? Did we hit 1,000 yet?
I think 10,000.
Oh, 10,000?
I'm thinking like at least 10.
We at 10,000 now?
On which platform?
Huh?
On which platform?
Just the page, the actual page.
Which page?
Just the Media Room 360 page.
So on YouTube we have.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
5,677.
Each one we have the different amount.
All right, I didn't put the question right because I was just thinking in my mind I was thinking Facebook, but I forgot we on YouTube and Roku and all that.
We're all over the place. Look at you see that moniker right there. You see that one. You see all that stuff. We on all that. Yeah. All of that.
just Google us, Media Room 360, and just follow us. You know what I'm saying? Shani is the owner of the channel right there. We are trying to do something, go against the grain, trying to do stuff on our own. And, you know how it is. People support, people hate. People say they're going to support, people still hate, But at the end of the day, we got some good product on the channel. And we definitely...
And we got website coming, so you'll be able to subscribe and get our information there. So just keep up.
Just keep up and follow us.
And we get ready to move to the brand new studios. Look out for that.
Well, we're gonna be like Saturday Night Live up in here. Watch. It's gonna be on and cracking. It's gonna be on and cracking. But spread the word about Media Room 360. We'll see you next time. Same place, same time. Well, actually, it's at 7, but we's on at 8 today. But 8:30 actually.
Yeah, my daughter had practice. So with us, it's always family first. My daughter had practice. I'll take the blame. It was my fault. We had to get on late because I had to get my daughter for practice. But
family first. That's what's so cool about the podcast. Like we do real stuff. Like do real stuff. So
yes.
Shawna used to be in the car when her girls was at practice. She would just put the camera in the car. We would do our little podcast every day. So. But y'all have a good night, man. Be careful, and we will see y'all sooner than you think. Boom.
Next Wednesday.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, what you doing? I be in the break room. I be in the break room.